all used to Boris Johnson's colourful language and odd gaffe, but sometimes people think he does go too far, and it seems like this is one of those occasions. Now, in his Telegraph column on Monday, for which he gets paid hundreds of thousands of pounds, he said that women wearing burqas looked like post boxes. He compared them to bank robbers and said it was just weird. Now, that has had a condemnation from people across the political spectrum here, particularly in his own party. His former deputy at the Foreign Office, Alistair Burt, who's a minister there, criticised the language as being offensive. The Conservative Party chairman, Brandon Lewis, as you mentioned, has called for him to apologise. And a peer in the House of Lords, which is the upper house here in Parliament, who's a Conservative, Lord Sheikh, has said the whip should be removed. That means effectively being kicked out of the Conservative Party temporarily until he maybe apologises. And joining that chorus of condemnation last night was the Prime Minister. Here's what she had to say.
First of all, I believe, and the government believes, that the question of how a woman should dress is a matter for a woman's individual choice. Nobody should be trying to tell a woman how to dress. As we discuss these issues, and openly discuss these issues, it's imperative that everybody is careful in the language that they use. It's very clear that the language that Boris Johnson used to describe people's appearance has caused offence. It's not language I would have used. I think he was wrong to have used that language, and I agree with Brandon Lewis.
So, Vincent, do you think we're going to hear an apology from Boris Johnson?
Well, sources close to Boris Johnson are saying he won't apologise, but the momentum is building behind this now. People saying that it was a racist statement. Boris Johnson has previously had to apologise for sexist comments in the House of Commons, racism towards people in an article about the Commonwealth countries. He's had to apologise to the people of Papua New Guinea for comparing them to cannibals. He's had to apologise to the city of Liverpool for publishing false accusations about the Hillsborough disaster. And when he was Foreign Secretary, he also had to apologise for misspeaking about the case of Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe and possibly lengthening her stay in an Iranian prison. So Boris Johnson has a long track record of having to make some public apologies. It's unclear yet whether he will in this circumstance, but one voice which I think is particularly interesting is Baroness Sayeeda Warsi. She is the former Conservative Party chairman, and she was the first Muslim woman to serve in the British government. She has said that Boris Johnson knew what he was doing in these remarks, that it is dog whistle racism to try to get support from grassroots Conservatives, because let's not forget, Boris Johnson is the stalking horse to Theresa May. He is still the favourite to possibly replace her, and there is talk he may challenge her in the autumn. So this may be Boris Johnson using the column to try to build some kind of support with them. That is her accusation against him. So we'll see over the next couple of days whether he does apologise. And also, this column that he's actually written in is under investigation generally by House of Commons authorities, because you're not meant to take a lucrative job like this so quick after government. So some trouble in store for Boris Johnson.